Hello boys and girls. Today I'm going to explain to you how we're going to start preparing our background paper for our original works project. So each of you will be receiving a piece of white paper like this. If you did not get your name on it, or I will write your name, we're going to put our name in the upper left corner, your class, and then on the top, on the back, we're also going to put a T on top and circle it. And that's so that if you choose to order from Original Works, they know which side is the top and what side is the bottom, so that they don't print your artwork upside down on whatever items you choose to order. Once we have that done, the first thing we're going to do is actually create a watercolored wash, because our theme this year for Original Works is outer space. So as we know from looking at telescopes and things like that, we know that the background in outer space, or space, is dark and black. Okay, so what I have done for you, for those of you who are at home, or if you are at home and I didn't send it, I did send home for students a black watercolor like this. What you'll do is you'll actually grab some water, drip it in here, and get this hydrated. And then clean the brush off, take clean water, and brush your paper with clean water to start. And then grab some paint and then brush it over the wet paper. That's called a wash. Alright? If you have watercolors at home and I didn't supply you, you can go ahead and do that as well. Again, we're going to start with a black background. For those at school, we're going to be using this liquid watercolor that I've already mixed up. It comes in a bottle, and then I just add it to a jar and add a little bit of water. For us, we will not need to wash the paper down with clean water first. We're just going to carefully brush our watercolor to give it a nice even coat. So I'm just going to go in here, and you can see I'm using a nice wide brush. And all I'm going to do is make sure that I go left to right on my paper, making sure that I get everything covered. It is okay to go on the table, because we'll wipe that up later. Just give yourself a nice even coat as you're doing this, just to make sure that your paper is covered. There's no white spaces. Now as you're doing this, it is very, very important that you don't do a lot of brushing on your paper, because if you do brush a lot on your paper, you can actually damage the paper. If you start to notice lots of little fuzz balls come up, that is a sign that you're actually starting to destroy the surface of the paper and actually starting to bring up the fibers. So just be careful on the amount of brushing that you do. You'll actually, like I said, you'll actually start to notice when that happens. So you can see here, I'm just making sure this is nice and even. Obviously, you're going to have some areas that are going to have a little bit more water than others. What we'll do is we'll let this dry in the drying rack, and let it get to be dry. It will start to curl. If you're at home, before you go on to the next step, which I'll explain in my next video, probably heavy book so it flattens it back out again. So that is doing a watercolor wash. Obviously, we want to wash our brush off when we're done. Close off the paints. And then make sure we clean up our area when we're done. So that is to prepare a background for our Original Works project. Again, our theme is going to be outer space, and you'll be seeing more and more videos that I'll be uploading describing our different processes to this project. I hope you all enjoyed. We'll continue with another video later.